your guide to the truth. TheNewAmericanMedia.com.
All right, we are here with Lauren Steiner, who is in charge of Los Angeles for Bernie. We are over here at a rally to help the homeless of Los Angeles. It's a growing epidemic. It's a growing problem across the country. People are facing financial difficulties and issues. And you are here today. You are feeling the burn.
Yes, I'm here because Bernie Sanders is the only candidate that really cares about the poor, the homeless, the working poor in this country, and he's been doing so for his entire career. Whether it was when he was arrested for protesting segregated housing in Chicago in 1962, to reforming the Veterans Administration, working with John McCain, even though it wasn't the ideal bill that he would have wanted, he was able to work across the aisle. He has been committed to these issues for 50 years, as I've said, and he is exploding all over the country. Even though the Democratic National Committee has tried to rig the system against him, even though the media is not covering him, or when they cover him, they marginalize him. The fact of the matter is, through social media, through young people who hear his message, and not only hear and agree with his message of $15 an hour minimum wage, free public college and universities, health care, single-payer health care for all, treating climate change like the national security threat that it is, and getting our carbon emissions down. Whatever resonates, whatever his message is, resonates with them, of course, but they also look into him and they see that he is authentic. He really believes what he says. They see that he's consistent. He's been saying these things for 40, 50 years, and he's compassionate. The things that he says are for the 99%, not the 1%. His opponent in the Democratic Party, Hillary Clinton, along with all the Republicans, are basically indebted to millionaires, billionaires, corporations who fund their campaigns. Hillary Clinton has adopted every single one of Bernie's positions because she sticks her finger in the wind. She sees which way the political wind is blowing, and she's completely morphed into Bernie Sanders. Saturday Night Live even did a skit on that.
I think there's a lot of people across this country that would be willing to stick a finger in the air for Hillary Clinton, by the way.
Yeah, interesting. Well, anyway, the point is that Bernie Sanders has done something historic that most people aren't reporting on. He has over 5 million individual contributions from people, averaging $27. He does not take money from corporations and billionaires. He doesn't have a super PAC. He doesn't even have a national finance director doing fundraisers for him. People in Silicon Valley have tried to give him money, have tried to hold fundraisers for him. He's like, no, I want to speak to the people. I go around the country, I do rallies that have 10, 20, 30,000 people. He had 2,600 people in Flagstaff, Arizona yesterday. Hillary Clinton is coming here on Thursday for her 14th fundraiser. She has yet to hold a rally and meet the people and address the people in Los Angeles. She comes here, she uses Los Angeles as her cash cow. She is going to be, this is actually a low-dollar fundraiser for her at the Avalon. Apparently you can get in for as little as $250. But the other ticket price is $500, the other ticket price is $1,000, and for $10,000 you can get to go to a reception with her and get your picture taken with her. So she's selling herself to the highest bidder. Meanwhile, across town at the Novel Bar, Bernie Sanders supporters are having a pay whatever you can fundraiser for him, where they've got the venue for free, they've got the talent for free, and this is just what's Bernie inspires. People contact me all the time. Oh, I have a band. We want to do a concert for Bernie at the Belasco on the 15th, which seats like 500 people. There's going to be a concert called Beats for Bernie, and we're going to be signing up volunteers, we're going to be registering voters, and I'm here today to give out a specific flyer that we have, which is called Bernie Sanders on Housing and Homelessness, and it shows a little bit of Bernie's speech at Liberty University, where he went to speak to right-wing evangelicals about morality. He basically thinks it's immoral for the top 1% to have so much and for everybody else to have so little, because that's what he is about. He's about compassion. Barbara Walters, he was interviewed, and she asked him, what one word do you want your presidency to be known for? And he said compassion, and it's really true. And on the back side of that flyer is all the things that he's done for the homeless. I mean, when he became mayor in 1981, there was this Republican businessman that wanted to take the waterfront there on Lake Champlain and turn it into high-rise luxury condos and retail space for national retailers. Bernie said, no, we're going to have affordable housing, we're going to have small businesses, we're going to have local nonprofit arts groups and the like, and he was able to make that happen. And over the years, he worked with this Republican businessman who he now calls a friend, and this is just what he does. He's gotten more money for Section 8 housing, he's gotten more money for veterans housing, and he just really cares about the people, and that's all I have to say.
All right, well, thank you very much for your time. We certainly appreciate it. And like you were saying about misappropriation of assets and funds, that's exactly what we were talking about just a second ago, was the VA in Los Angeles, 387 acres, they're leasing it for private gain.
I know.
They say, oh, we'll throw it in the pot and the money will help people. They need places to live. They need the services that they could provide. And we certainly appreciate you attending this today because, like you said, your candidate seems to be paying a little bit more attention to this issue than Hillary Clinton, who's more concerned about Goldman Sachs and the like.
Exactly. And yesterday, or 2 days ago, Jane Sanders, his wife, got into it with Sheriff Joe Arpaio in Phoenix or Tucson. I forget where he's the sheriff, but he's the one that has the Papers, Please law.
Maricopa County.
Yeah, okay. So basically he has Tent City and he's got all these homeless people, no, not homeless people. He's got undocumented immigrants living in this tent city in horrible conditions, and she was getting into it with them. And that's what, this is what Bernie and his wife do. They care about the people, so they're out there. He's speaking again. He was the first one to call for the the governor of Michigan to resign for poisoning the water. And let me just tell your viewers something. The reason that water was poisoned was not because they wanted to save money by going off the Detroit water system and going to the Flint River. The savings was only $100 a month. The reason they went off the Detroit water system was that's a municipally owned water system, and they want to privatize it. There's a group called ALEC, the American Legislative Exchange Council, that works in the states. They don't even work in the federal government. They try to get Republican governors and Republican legislatures to pass these laws. They did the Papers, Please law in Arizona. They did the Stand Your Ground law in Florida that George Zimmerman used to get off of killing Trayvon Martin. They are doing the emergency managers in all these poor states where they're taking over local democracy. They're saying, doesn't matter who you elected mayor or city council, we're going to put in an emergency manager to get the fiscal health of your city under control. And how do they do that? By privatizing all these assets that they give to, businessmen. And so Rick Snyder knew full well about this. Emails show that he knew what was going on, and they were trying to break up the municipal water system. So
basically, you think Bernie's going to be the best person suited to handle all of these issues?
Oh, absolutely, because he understands it. Also in foreign policy, I mean, Hillary Clinton, not only is she a neoliberal that tries to, make the world safe for corporations, she's a neocon. There's never been a war that she doesn't like. There's never been a military action that she doesn't like, whether it's sanctions or drone strikes or bombings. She has this very militaristic interventionist policy. Ron Suskind in Confidence Man, which was about Obama's first 2 years, said that she advocated for the military solution more than Bob Gates, who was the Secretary of Defense.
And I'll tell you what, anything to keep the Bushes and the Clintons out of the White House again, I consider them two wings of the same corrupt, dirty bird. I'll tell you what, I will tell you this, from a personal point of view, I sure hope that Bernie Sanders can pull off the upset somehow, because I don't like career politicians, I don't like the entrenched military-industrial complex with puppets in charge of things, so I'll tell you what, I wish you the best. Good luck. Thank you for joining us at this rally today.
Thank you.
And continue feeling the burn.
Thank you.
And this is John B. Wells reminding you that not only is Brian Engelman a cool guy, and not only is the newamericanmedia.com a very cool platform, but here's a cool idea for you too. Are you alone? Not really. Do you like dogs? Do you like cats? You do. Of course you do. Everybody does. One or the other, maybe even both. There are a lot of dogs and cats that are at shelters right now, and if somebody doesn't take them home, they're going to wind up euthanized. That's a nice way of saying they're going to be killed, because there's simply not enough room. I guarantee it, the best dogs and the best cats, the best pets, come from shelters. There's something about dogs and cats, they know. They know where they are. You walk through one of them, and certainly at least one is going to look at you and go, I wish you'd take me home. I'm in hell. Please take me out of here. It'll be the best thing that you ever did for your soul. You'll feel good about it. And not only that, but you have a friend for life. Doesn't matter if you got money, you don't have money. Well, it doesn't make any difference to a dog or cat. All they need is the sound of your voice and maybe even the stroke of your hand, and they're fine. Maybe a little food every once in a while. The sweetest sound that those pets ever hear is your voice. Think it over and adopt a cat or a dog from a local shelter today. I'm telling you, you'll be glad you did.